Hello guys, this is Abdul Ghafoor with the Teaching and Learning. Today lesson 40, Cognitive Flexibility or Intellectual Flexibility. Firstly, thank you so much for your support, subscription, comments and liking my videos. I'm trying my best to give you the suitable content which help you to attempt the pedagogy questions. In this lesson, I'll be talking about the intellectual levels or cognitive abilities among the students. We simply categorize the students' level into three categories: low learner, middle learner, and high learner. But in this video, I'm going to tell you the two different levels of which traditionally we measure. We have a different type of the students' attitudes, behavior in the classroom. Some of them are very sensitive, some of them are very naughty, and some of them we call them the decent according to their personal behaviors. Some students they focus on memorization, some students they think out of the box, and some students they use the traditional method as teacher asks them. So here I'm going to talk about the students who are really naughty and we call them as a bad guy in the classroom, but how they are thinking and what is the relationship between the cognitive flexibility and these naughty or and the bad guys into the classroom. Are they really thinking out of the box? If yes, then how? So let's talk about the cognitive flexibility and intellectual flexibility. Before that, I'll be thankful to you for your subscription, as I have mentioned that your subscription is our motivation. Firstly, what is cognitive flexibility or intellectual flexibility? It's simply that we have to think out of the box. Now, how we can think out of the box and who can think out of the box? What will be the capacity of the lab? So, thinking out of the box means that you have to think into the multiple direction. You have to think in the multiple paradigm. And how you have to think? Then you have to be free from all restrictions. And who are these students they are free from? Now you can think about the naughty students. They don't care about these things. They are interrupting, they are disturbing, they are self-motivated, they are not bounded with instruction, but they think what exactly they want to do. This is we call the thinking out of the box. Now in this capacity, if you're gonna think for a while, then are we really going to identify their abilities? Now, it's not about to measure their good and bad quality, but it's about to identify their interest in which field they are good, why they are doing like these things, and how we can divert and how we can bend these skills in the right direction. But one thing is clear that these students they are really thinking out of the box. Now how? Thinking in one direction, sticking on the one decision, just choosing a traditional way, answering the questions, the followed instruction. This is a very limited level of thinking. Some students they think like that. They have this so just one direction, just one answer, just one option, and they might not have their own perspective and the point of view. If they have, they don't have any logical reasons. So these students, the cognitive flexibility or the intellectual students, they don't think in a one direction. They think in a multiple directions. You can see here, this is the cognitive flexibilities. These students, they think in the multiple direction. They have a multiple solutions. They have a multiple. They know how to deal with the problems. They don't know how to be creative. They know how to think out of the box. So thinking in a multiple direction, thinking in a multiple paradigms is called cognitive flexibility or cognitive or intellectual flexibility. Let's see what happens if somebody or some students they think like in one direction or without thinking out of the box. Have a look on it. You can see here, these are called silos. Now this silo is a container, a tanker, which is used for the storage, right? Now how many types of the product we can store in it? We can store only one type of the product, one type of the grain, and you know why we can store one type of them. So in each silo or container, we only store one type of the grain. So the students who are rigid, they just think in one direction. They don't think in the multiple direction. So this is the example of uh, those students who think in one direction. They are like silos, and these silos, they contain the one direction. They are rigid. I'll call them the rigid mold. So this is, the stick stuff, okay, and they never change it. So this type of the structure, silos, is just used for one type of the grain and store. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Silos, a rigid structure, one hold one type of a grain, which is the narrow approach towards the world to think in one direction. It's a rigid mold. So the students who think in one direction, we call them silos. They are like a silo. They are rigid mold. They have think in one direction. However, cognitive flexibility or intellectual flexibility is to think in a multiple direction, different point of views, different perspective, what they possess. If somebody, a students who are thinking in a different type of independent, creative, innovative, and able to merge, remerge, change. These are the quality mix, and they they change their self according to the condition and the requirement of the time. Now think about the students who are really naughty in your classroom, but you always noticed that they are creative. They will give you quick answer. They are present mind. They are sharp. They will give you some tough time to think about it. It was very logical. But how we think about them, we think differently. These are the naughty students. They don't concentrate on the lesson. So sticking on the content, it means you are limiting the students. You are not providing the opportunity to think out of the box. So I'll suggest you that help those students you think they are naughty, they are sharp minded, and they are present mind in your classroom, and find out their gems and find out their skills in which they are good, and bend them and divert them in direction, in right direction. And I'm sure, 100% sure, these students, they will be outstanding in their practical life and this. So they can think cognitively, they can think, they are intellectual, they have a quality to mix up, they have a quality to respond the problems and give you the possible solutions. So these are the multiple directions, and this is called the cognitive skills and intellectual flexibility. I'm sure that you like this video, and I'll be thankful for your feedback. For more videos, you have to press the bell icon button. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Thank you so much. Stay blessed and stay safe.